Welcome to the waggyPodcast. This is episode 3, and today we will be discussing the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. We're gonna get into that, and then we're gonna discuss the Travis Scott ones that released this Saturday, May 11th, right?
Yeah.
And then we just gonna briefly go over Detective Pikachu because we're supposed to be seeing that this weekend as well, and we just want to kind of like give our thoughts before going into the film. But let's go ahead and get into the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. Now, I thought it was interesting how Marvel approached this trailer. First, the Russo brothers, they had announced that last Monday that the ban for the in-game movie, the spoiler ban, would be lifted. And then it was rumors saying that Far From Home, the trailer was going to drop and it was going to have a spoiler attached in the trailer. So I was just like, man, okay, Marvel, they just like, shit, we don't give a damn. But, the movie Endgame, it made 1.2 billion in, the weekend. So everybody seen the movie. So I wasn't surprised that they was going to add a spoiler into Far From Home. But the thing that got me with the trailer was the multiverse.
Yeah.
They were adding the multiverse. Now it could be that Mysterio was lying, but I thought it was interesting that they're introducing the multiverse. But I knew they was gonna do that sooner or later though. But I don't know. It's just kind of weird because it's Mysterio, and Mysterio is known for lying about things. But it was also a scene that dropped, and they talked a little bit more about the multiverse. What you guys say about it? What you got to add in there? You can jump in when you want, man.
Yeah. Like, with that being said, the Spider-Man Far From Home clip that they previewed, I believe it was on Ellen's show.
Yep, Ellen.
Like,
shouts out to Ellen.
Yeah, shouts out to Ellen.
Love you, Ellen.
But like, the clip basically went more into detail with that scene from the trailer that Mysterio basically was letting us know that he wasn't from our Earth and that he was from a different Earth. And with the clip, they went further into detail with him saying that his Earth, I believe, was it 818 or was it 8?
I can't remember. I'm not for sure, but I know in the MCU, our Earth that Nick Fury. What did Nick Fury or Mysterio say it? One of them said 616. So our Earth is 616.
Yes, that's the original continuity of the Marvel comics, and of course, the MCU is adapting that and making the timeline that we've seen from the start of Iron Man to the end of Endgame to now Spider-Man Far From Home. That's going to be the Earth 616, and anything else that's not a part of the 616 universe is going to be from a different,
different Earth.
Different Earth, different, just a different universe in general. So, that's believable to me because in Endgame we got multiple snaps. We had, of course, we had Infinity War snap that caused the devastation. Then Thanos snapped again to get rid of the stones, and with the Avengers going back in time to get the stones in order to bring everyone back, the Hulk had to snap his fingers to bring everyone back, and then Tony snapped Thanos and his forces away. So,
by the way, spoilers, you guys, if you haven't seen Endgame, but I'm pretty sure you probably seen Endgame.
Yeah, so I'm just assuming at this point. But with those multiple snaps, it's believable to think that
and kind of snapped a hole somewhere in the universe, and people were able to. I don't know. I guess they just got confused or whatever.
Yeah, with those snaps, universes are colliding, and now that we're getting into that we can finally say new phase of the MCU now, where we know different universes, things are going to start colliding more, and we're going to see different characters from different universes that they can introduce however they want to, because in that universe they have their own story, they have their own background, so we don't have to like completely like know everything about them. But if we have a sense where they're coming from, whether it's from a different universe or it's from our normal timeline, we got to understand now what's going to happen in the MCU.
Yeah, and I've seen two theories so far. One was that Mysterio is lying about the multi-universe and everything. He's just lying about that for he can become the new Iron Man in a sense. And then the other theory was he isn't lying about the multiverse. That is completely true, but through Peter, he's learning that, Iron Man has fallen and he's gone, and now Mysterio wants to take over and be that superhero of Earth 616. That's the other theory I've heard.
Yeah. Hold on, you got something else to say? Or?
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah. With that theory, I can believe the second theory because the trailer was very heavy on basically getting Peter to realize now that Tony's gone, that responsibility that Iron Man had in the MCU is now being passed on to Spider-Man. And there's different points in the trailer that it's like he's not trying to take that mantle. He's not trying to live out that superhero life. He wants to be a kid.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's that struggle because he wants to just be a kid and help out, but at the same time he doesn't want like that big responsibility. He just wants to help out in his neck of the woods, which is in Queens, right? So he doesn't want to take on any other worldly disasters going on or villains trying to take over. But when you think about it too, how Iron Man kick-started everything, he was just on the ground level, like you said in the last episode. He was on the ground level, and then came Cap, and they had Black Widow and Hawkeye and all those other Avengers. But now, after the effects of Endgame, everybody's pretty much just taking their own lane, I guess, just trying to take a rest from saving the world, man. And now it's just Peter coming back from the snap. He has to take on this responsibility, and all the other new Avengers like Captain Marvel, she's off in space. Hulk has a permanent damage. I don't know what he's gonna be doing, but there's a rumor they might be doing a Thunderbolts movie, but he's somewhere. Doctor Strange still protecting the Sanctum. So he's pretty much the only Avenger, you can call him that now, the only Avenger that's able to go off and kind of, help out a little bit. So I thought it was interesting. And one more thing we can talk about from the trailer, the glasses. Tony's glasses. He had Tony's glasses. People have been saying that Tony could probably be the new Friday, or Tony left his glasses behind for Peter to use because it has some type of tech that Tony used. I don't know exactly, but I'm guessing it has to be something to do with suits, the nanotech, or he could be the new Friday. What do you think?
It depends. He could have put his own conscious into an AI, because think about it. He had time to write out or speak out his will at the end of Endgame. He had time before he went out to the Avengers base to give everybody the heads up that he's figured out the time travel theory that he had going on. So if he had time to make that will that we seen at the end of the movie, I'm sure if he wanted to dump his consciousness in an AI frame, he could do that, and he can still be around in the MCU, but it can just be voice, not physically seeing him.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was gonna be physically present throughout the film, but just his voice, I'm guessing, yeah, it would. And it might be like a little message that Tony left with him, like a little hologram, like at the end of Endgame. It might be a message left for him, for Peter. So, like I said, these are just theories, but we might be correct. And some of these theories I've taken from Mr. Sunday Movies. I know it's one of them, and I think New Rockstar is an emergency also. So we just piggybacking and adding in our um our 2 cents to it. So that's pretty much it for the trailer, you guys. Make sure you go on YouTube or wherever you can, Google it or whatever, and watch the trailer if you haven't yet. But it comes out July 2nd, I believe. So it's during the week, which Marvel is playing good because that's the week of the 4th. So Marvel trying to rake in as much money as they can, and with this being the film right after Endgame, a lot of people gonna be trying to go and see this and see how the Marvel universe is shaping out to be, what's to come. Because I know it's gonna be a end credit stinger to kind of, I guess, foreshadow the next villain, maybe.
Well, let's see if Marvel continues the trend that they've set for post-credit
we're gonna
scenes.
see if they can continue that, but we're not gonna talk about who's gonna be a new villain. We can get into that another episode or two down the line, but let's go ahead and get into the Travis Scott ones that are releasing May 11th. Now, I've been seeing a lot of stores, some of them just taking the easy route. They're just doing the in-store instead of opting to do the online store as well, because I can see how bad that can be. But a lot of people been doing the raffles, and I put in 3. So if you haven't already, you need to go ahead and get on your raffles right now.
Hold on, you put in 3?
Yeah, I put in 3.
What 3 stores you put in? I know you put in for 1 and
I put in
2.
for, yeah, I told you about 2 earlier. I put in for Sneaker and Stuff, and damn, what was the other one? I can't even remember the other one. I was on Instagram and I was scrolling and it said to put in 1. And I did. I can't remember. It might just be 2, but I remember scrolling on Instagram and putting in 1.
Hey,
yeah. Well, it might be 2. It might be 2. I might just be, because I put in both of those early in the morning. So it might just be 2. I don't know. I might be tripping. I don't know. But you have your raffles, and if you're in surrounding areas, like if you're in New York, Chicago, somewhere like that, or Philly, you might be able to get a pair. But you gotta put in your raffles from what I saw. And the main one that a lot of people are gonna use is the sneakers app. Boy. I'm hoping that I win a raffle, because I really don't want to try on sneakers. But if it comes down to that, I already know I'm about to catch this L. But I'm gonna try.
But like, honestly, I feel like just how the Travis Scott 4s, I think that was last year.
I could have copped those. I'm sorry, cut you off, but I could have copped those. But it started off slow, like it was lagging like real bad, and you had to keep on trying. And at that point, I was just like, man, I don't know. And then I got through, and I had my size, but I don't know what happened. I dropped the ball on that one. I could have had them, but I dropped the ball. Big time.
Like I feel like the Travis Scott 4s should be probably what you should expect for the Travis Scott 1s released on sneakers.
We're gonna see, because these are very hyped up, and I can see it going very, very wrong on sneakers app. But I know Nike, they try to rid of the bots, and I know for sure if they feel like bots are just taking over when it comes to release time at 10, they gonna stop everything and they gonna do it over. Cause I think that's what I think they've done that before. They stopped what they're doing and they started the release over because they wanted to be fair at least.
Yeah, they did that for the early release for the first Black Cement 4 release. You know, the early drop on Sneakers app. They did it like that before, where it came up and then it just was acting slow, like nothing was going through it or anything like that. And then you check back like a few minutes after, it was running normally. And I feel like that's what happened with the Travis Scott 4s because they knew the hype was real for that shoe. So they slowed the app down and they delayed, being able to purchase the shoe. So
yeah,
I think they're gonna do that with the Travis Scott ones. Like, yeah, be ready at 10 o'clock or wherever time zone you're in that it releases. But when the release happens, you need to be on the app ready. And when it drops, if it's acting crazy or acting slow, just be patient because you can get through and you just might not know you will.
Man, I don't know because sometimes you be waiting, but not with the sneakers app, but like even when Travis had released the ones on his birthday that I had tried, I was just sitting there waiting. I'm like, man, I might have a shot, but shit, I caught an L. Like, I kept going on Twitter. I was like, dang, like anybody getting through? And I saw people's getting through, and then I saw somebody finally say like it was sold out. Like they sold out quick, like quick. So I don't know I know the chances right now for the ones are kind of slim, and I'm kind of just hoping the raffles look out for you, boy. But if not, it's about to be a battle on sneakers out. But for those that don't know, the Travis Scott ones, they released May 11th, like I said earlier, and the price for these are $175 plus tax and shipping. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna try online because you can't probably get them anywhere else unless unless you're in New York, overseas somewhere, or Philly or Chicago, or Houston. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have somewhere down in Houston that you can probably get since that's where he's from. So
Los Angeles too.
Yeah, LA too, Cali too. So those are the spots. Like if you trying to get them in stores, but as far as online, you gotta put it in the raffles. You gotta put it in them dudes. You gotta put it in the raffles, man. So hopefully you can be able to cop one and not look up and caught like 2 pair, and then you got like more money coming out than what you expected. So
that suck.
Yeah, that would suck. That suck big time. But that's wrapping up the Travis Scott ones. Moving into Detective Pikachu. What do you think about this film, man? You think it's gonna be good?
I don't know.
I saw IGN. I'm gonna go ahead and say I saw IGN do a review over the movie. They gave it an 8 out of 10. They said it was good. They said the plot in the middle kind of got a little slow, but it said like as soon as it starts good, the middle, and then the ending, it finished strong. So I'm like, it's Ryan Reynolds. In my head, I'm like, it's Ryan Reynolds. It should be good. It should be funny. It's gonna be some jokes that adults get, and it's gonna go over kids' heads. And I love Pokemon when I was younger, so I'm just interested to see the movie and just me personally, just visually, because I like the way they did the Pokemon and kind of try to bring them to life. I like that, and it's not set in a weird world because I know like when they take the video games and I don't know, they try to mash it in with the real world as much as possible. But with like Pokemon, it is the real world, but it's a world with Pokemon. And I like the way they just placed Pokemon throughout the movie from what I saw in the trailers and whatnot. So I think it should be good. It should be good. We'll discuss what we thought after we see it in the next podcast. We can just sprinkle it in that podcast. But you can go ahead and finish, man. I'm sorry for jumping in.
No, you're good. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely gonna be something new because I think this is gonna be the first Pokemon movie done in like a real world environment with CGI Pokemon. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be good, and I think it's gonna do justice for those Pokemon fans. And
if it don't, you know they gon'
because we already see
they
what's
gonna
going
go
on with
crazy.
Sonic. The
Yeah,
Hedgehog movie.
yeah, Sonic. Yeah, that was kind of crazy though. They knew better, but I don't know. Is the initial response from the trailer when the first trailer for Pokemon dropped, everybody was just like, "Wow!" Like, dang, they was excited for it. So, Detective Pikachu should be good. Like I said, we'll discuss it more in depth after we see the film this weekend, and we'll discuss that in the next podcast. Yeah, we just wanted to keep this one under because the last one was that was damn near an hour of us debating on what Marvel movie should be placed where. So we just wanted to keep this one under, but we appreciate you guys listening to the podcast, tuning in. Episode 4 should be up sometime next week as well, probably around the weekend. But we thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for tuning in. Swaggy Trice, I'm out.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, guys. Be easy.
Peace.